Hi, I'm Jo Moores and welcome to the Jo Yoga Life Diaries. Here at my podcast, we discuss life yogically, as a parent, as a girlfriend, as a sister, as a friend, and we just talk about the ups and downs of life and how we can live a better, more spiritually aware lifestyle. I'm a Kundalini yoga teacher, a children's yoga teacher, a mama, and I'm the founder of the Kundalini Connections online yoga studio. Enjoy the show. Hey, welcome to this episode of the Jo Yoga Life Diaries. Now, as you know, self-care is a massive buzzword in my world and very important. I do some every single day. And I want you to consider your self-care practice this week. Self-care sometimes can be just kind of confused with bubble baths, skincare. And yes, all of that is great. All of that is very, very good. But it's different for everybody. And basically self-care for you is something that lights you up. That is for you personally, that makes you feel good and raises your vibration. And as we change through the year, that needs to adapt and change too. Your self-care needs to reflect what is going on in the world and where you are in our yearly cycle. We are beings of nature. We are connected to nature on a cellular level. It's no good thinking that we are anything separate from this planet, because we are not. We cannot exist without it. The planet wouldn't exist without us either. It would die. Okay, our farming keeps it alive. So we are interconnected. So self-care is something that is always going to raise your vibration. Like I said, it's something that's going to enable you to live a healthier life, to live a complete life, and be the best person that you can be. You will not be a great friend or sister or mother or daughter or partner or lover. You will not be any of those if your cup is empty, if you have nothing else to give, if you are burnt out, if you are tired, if you don't want to do anything anymore. You cannot be the best you can be. So self-care might have this tarnish of being a selfish thing, but it's far from it. It is the most generous thing you can do for yourself, and therefore do it for others as well. So the self-care practice that you undertake needs to adapt with where you are. And for women, this can even adapt on a much smaller level. It can, go from week to week with our monthly cycles. Your self-care will change from day to day. Some days it might be go for a run. Other days it's sit in a warm bath and have a hot tea. So it needs to change. But I want to talk to you on a bigger level, a bigger scale today, which is to do with the seasons. And in the Northern Hemisphere at the moment, we're moving into moving into autumn actually. And so let's look at how this changes who we are. So if you're in the Southern Hemisphere at the moment, of course, you can just flip this all around. As the planet and Earth begins to close down for its winter, as it begins to go to sleep, it begins to drop its leaves, plants begin to die off, the Earth begins to harden a little bit, it kind of goes into this sleep and rest phase. Yeah, this is the winter phase, the autumn winter phase. This is the rest and recuperate. So your self-care needs to reflect that. So this means starting to get a little bit more sleep. The reason that we then have more darkness is because, the darkness that happens is going to start to switch on the melatonin in the brain. It's going to start to get the brain to shut down a little bit earlier and start to go quiet. So therefore, we need to get that more sleep. We need to have more rest. On the flip side, for those in the Southern Hemisphere moving into spring, you're going to start to awaken more. You're going to start to want to have a little bit less sleep. I can live on 6.5, 7 hours sleep during the summer. In the winter, I'm getting up to 9.5. Okay, I'm on about the 8 cusp at the moment. So, pay attention to that. Pay attention to your sleep patterns, and it's all okay. There's no, I want us to break away from this. Well, you've got to be up earlier and you've got to be working, do this. No, we need more sleep, and that's fine. So pay attention to your sleep patterns and let your sleep, how much sleep you have, be guided by how much daylight you're getting and whether you're coming into winter or whether you're coming into your spring and summer phase. As well as that, alongside those sleep patterns, the energy levels are going to change. So yes, if we're coming into autumn, our levels are going to drop. We're going to need less energy through the winter. So our body will reflect that and we will have less energy, and that's okay. That's fine. The temperatures will drop. We'll start to put on more clothes. We might start to put on our heating. We're going to want to snuggle down a little bit more. And again, this is all good self-care, being aware of that. And it's like, yes, my energy levels are dropping and therefore I'm going to rest a little bit more. I'm going to take more yoga nidras. I'm going to do more meditations. I'm going to sit in my bed in the morning and do my mindset practice rather than jumping up and getting on with my day. Letting you into a bit of an insight into what I'm up to at the moment. And likewise, if you're in the Southern Hemisphere, you are going to be noticing your energy levels lifting. As the sun brightens, as the days get longer, your energy levels are going to lift as it gets warmer. So just as the planet starts to go to sleep and the earth starts to go quiet, so for argument's sake, I'm going to focus now on just the Northern Hemisphere and as we go into our autumn phase. So if you're in the Southern Hemisphere, you know to just flip this. We are going to start to go quiet like the earth. So this means that maybe we start to do a little less socializing, which sounds really sad soon as we're just opening ourselves up, but it's okay. Your energy levels are going to speak to you. You're going to, if you listen to how you're feeling, it's going to tell you what it wants to do. Your body's going to, and your consciousness is going to tell you that actually, I want to go a bit more quiet now. I want to do a bit more reading. My self-care is changing now. It's not about going out to parties and dancing. It's now about just starting to quieten things down a little bit. With regards to diet, eating seasonal is always great self-care, because not only is that good for you, that is good for the earth, of course, and good for the environment, but the reason that, root vegetables come to their harvest at about this time and the fruits on the trees are being harvested, now is the time that we really want to get grounded and back in touch with the earth and in connection with the earth. We've had the bloom phase, we've had the fun phase, we've had the I'm out there and looking my best and gorgeous phase. Now we're going to the, okay, time to harvest those fruits, time to get grounded, time to slow down, time to calm. And drinking lots of water. But I think that kind of goes without saying. But that's a really, really good thing, is to keep your hydration up. We drink a lot of water in the summer because it's warmer, but don't let that drop off as we go into our winter phase, as we start to slow down, be indoors more. Certainly if the heating's on and we start to get dehydrated, make sure you're drinking plenty of water. So really pay attention to what your energy is telling you at this time, and let it known that it is okay to start to slow things down, go quiet. Take your inspiration and your influence from the natural world. Mother Nature knows best. As you see the earth dying off, as you see the leaves dropping, as you see things go quiet, that's how you want to be. You want to go quiet. You want to sleep. You want to hibernate. You want to just... a little anecdote here. I always could see myself as being a bear, because I think it would be really lovely to be a mama bear. My power animal is a mama bear. And I think that it would be so great to be able to hibernate all winter and then just come out and, put on 3 stone. I think it's something, I can't remember how much it is, but they eat a mass amount and put on a load of weight when they come out from hibernation. I think that must be great to be able to sleep for 3 months and then come out and just eat. Sounds perfect to me. Just be in my little den with my cubs. I'd love that. So yeah, think about the hibernation personality. It's going to be hibernation time. It's going to time to go quiet. It's going to time to rest. It's going to be time to let your self-care be really, really nourishing. And so as we move into this time, allow your self-care to be what you need it to be. It doesn't have to be active. It doesn't have to be all out there. It can be about slowing down, taking the warm baths, drinking the lovely teas, reading, go quiet, and just enjoy reconnecting back in with yourself throughout this quieter season. And of course, we've got Christmas coming up and the party season's coming up and things like that. But as we just transition through autumn and into that winter phase, it's time to just start to take a little bit of a breather and to allow yourself that little slower pace. Until next week, with all my love. Thank you so much for listening to this episode today. Please feel free to leave a review. That's how we share the love, share the magic. And please feel free to share this episode. If you want any more from me and you want to practice with me, then go to realjoyoga.com and get in touch. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks so much for your time. Thank you for listening. With all my love and light, I'll see you next time.